disappointing 0-0 draw in Lincolnshire. Just firstly give me your overall assessment of what you saw this afternoon.
Horrendous surface. To be fair to them, they were watering it as heavily as they could when we got here. Obviously breezy and dry and warm, so it's evaporating as quick as they put it on. Very, very difficult for any footballers to play any kind of football on there. I thought we were dogged, manful. We were defending against quite a stiff breeze in the first half, and I thought we played the conditions quite well. Put the ball in behind and left it in there and made them make decisions whether to pass out on a bobbly surface. Defended well. I don't remember Ronnie having anything to do. Obviously, second half the conditions were in our favour a little bit, and we were looking to try and just turn them around and leave balls in behind them for Marv, who was excellent. He worked unbelievably hard up front to get us up the pitch. He'll have covered some ground. He'll be worth his sleep tonight. He was terrific, and we got up to him and linked a little bit, and we started the second half really well on the front foot. We had a number of set pieces and sort of moments and opportunities around the edge of the box without really working. The goalkeeper caused one or two moments where he's coming out of his box and there could have been some uncertainty, and in the end they're piling forward. They've gone 4-4-2. They're leaving 4 and 5 upfield because obviously they need to win at the other end of the table, and we escaped massively. I mean, they beat us last kick of the game at home 1-0, and I thought it was going to rear its head again. You know, they win a corner. The referee was absolutely all over the gaff in the whole game. He had an absolute shocker. He gives them a corner and they load everyone in, and we end up escaping and the ball gets scalped over the bar. So all in all, probably a fair point. But to come to a place like this with the budget they've got and the money they're spending and compete and look solid for most of the time and steady, I'm proud of them. You know, now we're down to 3 games left. You know, and let's be honest, 4 or 5 weeks ago we looked as though we were going to make a fist of the other end. We haven't won for 7 or 8 games now, and that's absolutely knocked it for 6. So that's a disappointment because we worked really hard to get ourselves into that position. But I've got to give the lads a lot of credit today. We're down to the bare bones with suspensions and injuries. Obviously Dougie broke his wrist. Sweeney and Willock suspended. Pez was sub, but I couldn't put him on because he's not quite ready. So we really are bottom of the barrel at the minute for players. So hopefully there might be one maybe back next week.
I was just going to mention that sort of question. What was the biggest thing you were looking for today? Because I know over the last couple of weeks we've made a few errors and a few mistakes. So to come here and be as solid as we were and not give anything to Spalding really and keep that clean sheet, it must be vitally important going forward to try and continue that.
Yeah, it's step 3 football. You know, it's like I can hear him talk, it's a bad game. It was a bad. Yeah, but it's step 3. This is it. Do you know what I mean? When you come into a grass pitch in April in our division, and by the way, they share it with somebody else. What do you expect? He's not going to be running true, and you know, so you have to bed yourselves down and do the muck and the bullets of step 3 football. And basically, since I walked in the door, that's all I've asked them to do. Stop moaning, stop pointing fingers, start doing your job, and start doing it with a bit of relish. So for us to come here and compete, but you know, we've had to roll our sleeves up and really compete. They've got some really good players. You know, a lot of them have played a lot higher than this level. So it's a tough ask, and we acquitted ourselves well. And my argument with them is, we've taken a point today, and it's a good point. There's other games where we've let a point slip when we've got a point in our hand in recent times. Just take the point and move on. You know, away from home as well. We've snatched a defeat out the jaws of a draw, and never disrespect a point in football. Take it, and go and see where it takes you. That takes us up to 50 points. Is that enough? I don't know. You know, the results have been up and down for everybody else down there. You know, and I'm one of them. Unless we're safe mathematically, I'm not going to stop looking over my shoulder, because of weird and wonderful results at this stage of the season. You know, look at Sudbury. They're in top of the league form. In the last 5 or 6 games, they've hit top of the league form, and they're out of it tonight. Or, well, I think they are. They've won. So listen, there's all to play for in the last 3 games. We still need a win, in my opinion. But if we play with that kind of desire and heart and soul, then hopefully we'll pick one up.
And just moving on to the last 3 games, you've obviously got Hitchin on Good Friday before you go to Stratford on Easter Monday, and then you've got Lowestoft to finish. So I know you've got to pick up a few points, but what also do you want to see from the boys over the next course of the 3 games?
Well, we've sort of been fairly well documented. We've put it out there that we've been talking to our players, you know, and trying to get them to commit for next season, of which a few have, and they want to stay, and they're enjoying what we're giving them on a daily basis throughout the week. We've got good coaches working at the football club that I believe we treat them really well and look after them. And next season, listen, let's get this season done and dusted first. But you know, I've been saying to them now for 5 or 6 weeks, this tranche of fixtures, if you like, this sets us up for next season. You need to know what I'm about, and I'm about like having to scrape them off the pitch. I want to see them getting peeled off the pitch every Saturday. That's what I want, and that's what I'm going to get. So we need to recruit well in the summer and make sure we've got our eye on the ball with some quality coming in. But you know, and also to keep a lot of what we've got. But I'm looking to basically that, you know, play to a structure, play with your heart, play with your head, but more play with your heart, play with soul and determination and commitment and effort. Play like you want to be here, and you'll do for me. And if you don't, and you want to be wishy-washy and pull your foot out of tackles and not win the headers, that's fine. You won't be here. You won't be with me, because that ain't real what I'm about. That's why I've got 2 false hips and look like I do, because I put my head under a steamroller for 20 years, and I respect that, and I want my players to do that. And if we had a bit of quality and firepower at the top end of the pitch, then you know, maybe we could improve on what we've done this year. You know.
Thanks, Tim.